Visible light spectrum. The light spectrum is energy visible to the human eye. This is radiated by moving charged particles. Light provides energy we need for both plants and animals. Plants use photosynthesis to use the light energy as food. The visible light is the smallest part of the electromagnetic spectrum. The colors of a visible light spectrum change depending on the wave frequency. They're able to change depending on the wave frequency because the higher and the lower the wavelength, the different colors. Violet has the highest wavelength in the visible light spectrum, which leads to ultraviolet light, which is not visible to the human eye. And the sun does produce ultraviolet light that gives us humans vitamin D. The color spectrum. The visible light spectrum allows us to see color. This is a phenomenon of the light or visible perception associated with the various wavelengths in the visible portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. White light is made of primary colors that are added together equally. When looking at objects, the object appears a certain color. This is because the object can absorb some colors but reflects others. So it could absorb all colors but reflect green, which makes us see it as green. Prisms. Prisms allow us to see the visible light spectrum when we put a beam of white light in it. So if you take a prism and put it in front of the sun rays go through it and refract the particles to allow us to see the visible light. Refraction. Refraction is when the electromagnetic spectrum, but most familiar with light waves, it happens when it refracts the waves, so it breaks them apart. That's how we're able to see the visible light spectrum, because it's spreading them out more. Reflection. Reflection is when the particles of a wave are returned when the light reaches a boundary between two different mediums. So a flashlight can reflect off a mirror because a mirror is also a medium for light. That's how we're able to see ourselves, because the light bounces off of us, giving us color, and the mirror reflects the light in order just to see ourselves. These are some examples of the visible light spectrum. Galaxies, universes, the sun. I'm going back to this slide because prisms are extremely cool. You can find prisms readily everywhere. It basically makes a rainbow without all the science that goes into making a rainbow. That's why I think it's so cool.